Hello all. I thought for this next video we would do a little bit of breath work. I know I certainly can use it, and you probably can too. Um, in my experience with breath work, what I find is it really helps with a couple things. One is it really synchronizes the hemispheres of my brain. I really feel like I have better access to both halves and better connectivity between both sides. I also feel like it really reduces activity in the prefrontal cortex, which leaves me feeling calmer and more relaxed. So let's go ahead and begin. So the first thing I want to do is just start with awareness of your breath as it is now. So be comfortable, sitting ideally. I find that lying down is possible, but I fall asleep. Maybe have your spine relatively upright, sitting comfortably, somewhere quiet, and if you plan on trying this more than once, maybe find a spot that you can keep going back to use so that it's the same place that you're doing your practice in. So the first thing, as I said, is bringing your awareness to your breath as it is. So go ahead and just notice your inhalations and your exhalations, and don't change anything about the breath right now. Just notice the breath coming and the breath going. One of the ways I like to do this is I like to bring awareness right to my nostrils. Don't touch your face. And notice that the air is coming and going. It's the place where my breath is leaving my body and entering. And I can watch it as it comes and goes. Good. So now we're going to move on to in what's called in yoga practices called Ujjayi breath. When I used to practice Ashtanga style yoga asanas, we would try and use this breath throughout the whole practice. And the way I like to describe it is that in my throat, in my larynx, I'm trying to compress the musculature so that the airway gets reduced so that there's more pressure as the air moves, as the breath moves through this area, and that pressure creates a lengthening effect of the breath. So my normal breath will actually be longer because there's less air able to pass through there. And sometimes it's equated with a sound that gets generated. But the main thing is see if you can contract the musculature in here. I notice in my jaw a little bit as well, some tensioning. And I'll try and make sure you can actually hear what I'm doing here. And rest. I can already feel the reduction of activity in the front of my brain there. Relaxed. Nice. So for this next one, we're going to practice holding the breath retention. And we're going to start really easy with about a 3-second hold. But at the end of the holding for 3 seconds, instead of inhaling, we're going to exhale and hold some more. If you're feeling anxious already, this may or may not be appropriate right now. For some, it can make you feel even more anxious because you're holding your breath. So just be mindful of that. You can always skip this one. So let's try that. We'll take an inhale, hold the breath for 3 seconds, and then exhale, hold the breath for 3 seconds, and then rest. Okay, here we go. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Close your eyes and feel. Notice on that one that there's an enlivening, that there's an upward thrusting feeling that comes in my body. All right, so now we're going to move on to an alternate nostril breathing. There are many ways to do this. I'm going to show you a traditional hand hold that I learned way back in my yoga teacher's training days. And so you want to hold your hand like that, thumb on one side, little finger and ring finger on the other side. If you just want to pinch your nose, that's totally fine. This is how it's done traditionally. So part of the idea of the shape of the hand is that it directs the energy in these meridians in a particular way that adds to the benefit. So just follow along. I'm just going to guide you verbally the whole time. So this is the right arm and my right nostril. So we're going to start by plugging here. Okay, so go ahead and take an inhale. And hold. Exhale right. Inhale right. Hold. Exhale left. Make sure you take a good inhale. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale right. Inhale right. Hold. Exhale left. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale right. Inhale right. Hold. Exhale left. And relax. Close your eyes and feel how you feel. I notice I'm getting a little more oxygenated, so there's kind of a tingly, activating feeling in my body, mainly in the upper body. That feels good. So feel free to pause the video, do that for longer at your own pace. Do that with each of the breaths. You can get the instruction and pause it, practice along, and then continue like that. I would encourage you to do this at any point in the day when you feel like it would be good for you. And if it doesn't ever feel like it'd be good for you, pick a time and do it anyway. And for our final pranayama, we're going to do fire breath. So I'm going to encourage you to just breathe along with me. And then ultimately you can decide how fast you want to go, but we're going to start with some really nice, long, deep inhale, exhales, and then we're going to go to medium, and then fast, and then really fast. And then at the end of all that, we're going to do a breath retention, and that'll be the end of the practice for now. So just follow along. Okay. Big, deep breaths. Medium breaths. Hmm. 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 And faster. Big inhale. Hold your breath. And feel yourself. So I find breath work to be especially helpful just prior to meditation. So in my case, just then would have been the perfect time just to enter the meditative state that was awaiting me. I find that I don't have to meditate as long if I do some breath work first. I bet that's would be played out if we could have a brainwave scan. You'd probably find that your brainwaves are pretty close to a meditative state already, and then you just keep going. So I encourage you to try these practices, check out the other videos on the channel, subscribe so you keep getting them. Let me know what you think. All right, thanks.